Okay, now we're getting the shape of our bear in pretty good shape right here. He really is. He's starting to really look good. And I'm going to kind of round this off a little bit in here from his, where his arms and his hands come into here. Just round that off just a little bit in there. Kind of smooth that down where the paws come. Now, on these paws, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to leave this end kind of thick in here, but I'm going to thin this in here. See what I'm saying? I'm taking the wood in here. And you see what that looks like? See, it looks like it comes out and then it comes down to a point. Same thing here. See how thick that is in there to this? I'm going to thin this out in here. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to take my V tool that I have here, and I'm just going to make him some little paws here. There you go, see? That's as easy as pie. Just make him some little paws, and the same thing over here. Just using that V tool. There you go, see? That's just his little paws right there. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the V tool with the feet. I'm going to come to the feet, just like this. And I'm going to dig into there. I'm going to make his feet the same way. Okay. And I'm going to kind of bring this down, sort of continue that down where we have the feet. See? There you go. Now, here's your feet of your bear. Now, it's not anything fancy or anything like that. Come across there like that. This sticks out just a little bit too far. Where it's the feet of the bear. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to shape this a little bit more up in here. Take a little wood away. Now, what I want to do is, let me shape this nose just a little bit, kind of come to a point in here. See? Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to sort of dig in to these ears a little bit. I want to sort of do this. See what I'm doing? Now, be very careful because the ears are starting to thin out. But I'm digging into these ears just a little bit more with the point of my knife. You see what I'm doing? To thin them up, to get to the inside of them. There we go. See what I'm doing? I'm just sort of concaving in there with the point of my knife. Now, if you can do this with a gouge. That's the best thing to use, is a gouge or a moto tool or whatever. But I'm just sort of digging in there with that knife to sort of show you how to do that. If you can get a hold of a gouge, that's the best thing to get a hold of. And then you can just gouge that out. But see what I did? I dug those ears out a little bit in there. Let me clean this up. Now, what I'm going to do with the eyes now, I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to kind of make a little triangle right here, you see? A little triangle that I'm drawing here. And I'm going to go to the outside of that and dig in here. See, all I'm doing is just sort of digging out where those eyes are going to go. Just sort of digging out where those eyes are going to go, right in there, okay? Now you can go a little bit more fancy, but all I'm doing is just digging out in here where the eyes are going to go. See? Just removing that wood in there, just a little bit of wood in there, running that knife around. Now you can drill a hole, you can take a hole and you can drill or do whatever. If you want to just drill a hole, that's fine, or just make a little hole, that's fine. But this is where, kind of bring that out a little bit, since I've dug that in there. Bring that out a little bit. Okay. Now, you simply take your pencil and let me dig a little bit further into this one. You can do that with a V-tool also. And I'm just going to put my eyes inside there, okay? Nothing fancy, nothing unusual. Look, see? And there's his little eyes. And all I did was just sort of dig a little V-cut in there. You can do that also with a gouge. You can just so that the eyes are sort of inset inside the bear itself, in other words. That's all there is to it. And I'm going to cut a little bit, just take a little bit more off here. I clean this thing up. What I'm going to do, so I'm trying to get this kind of even on both sides. Okay, you see? Now you got your ears kind of concaved in here. And like I said, if you have a little gouge, just a small gouge, it's the best thing